Okay, so a couple days ago I posted a video of a bike going around our track, which is right here, that got a lot of views, and a lot of people asking like what this bike looks like, how does it work, and so that's what I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna show you how basically everything works on this bike. Just gotta be careful because I can't put the battery in when it's on the stand. See, the battery goes in here, and we make these stands so we can just put the bike on top of it and then work on it. Basically, this is a Thunder Tiger bike. It's not made anymore. This has some modifications, so it can go more sideways, basically, because more sideways means more traction or more smaller corner radius, all that stuff. So basically how this works is these are the dampers for the front, right there, and these are the dampers for the back, right there. The motor is right here. It goes to a slipper clutch on the other side, and then it goes from here to the back tire. The front tire, you can mount a disc brake on it, but it's not mounted right now. It just goes in here, and then the servo is like right there. So, but the tricky thing about these is the steering, as I posted in, I think, the description of the video. So the steering works like this. If I turn the wheel to the right, you can actually see that the wheel is moving to the, like the wheel on the bike is moving to the left, right? And if I steer to the left, the wheel is moving on the right. So, but when I steer right, it still does a right-hand corner. And if I steer to the left, it still does a left-hand corner. So basically this uses the simple fact that if you steer, like if you imagine sitting on a bike and you just steer to the left or steer to the right, then it will just fall over. So that's what it's doing. Basically, if you steer to the left, it steers, the bike itself steers to the right, making the bike fall over to the left. And as you can see, the steering is not mounted like straight up. It's just, there are these two dampers, so you can move the wheel about. So what happens is you steer to the right, bike steers to the left, falls over to its right side, and then because this is a soft mounting, the wheel is allowed to stay in a certain direction, so the bike can still remain in the corner. So what you're doing basically is, when I enter a corner, I steer to the right, like a right-hand corner. I steer to the right, I wait for the bike to be in a certain leaning position, and then I let go of the steering wheel until the bike has exited the corner. And when it exits the corner, I either step on the gas or I steer to the left, because if I steer to the left, the bike gets forced upwards. Same as with the bike. If you are in a right-hand corner and you just force the wheel to the right, then the bike will go up. And that's basically the gist of it. That's also why these are super hard to drive, because if you keep on, like if I go to do a left corner and I just keep the wheel here, then of course the bike is just gonna fall to its side because the wheel is just, steering to the wrong side. So that's how these work. I hope it's understandable.